Tom Gray here. Just outfitted my little 109 Craftsman with a drill chuck of phony Jacobs JT2 and a little Jacobs taper to 0 Morse adapter, and I'm gonna show you how I made this little hole here. I faced off this piece of material and drilled a pilot hole, and then drilled a regular hole, and then chamfered it. And it's steel. It's one of the complaints about the old 109 here is that it can't cut anything but aluminum and brass, but here it is, man. It cuts steel. Maybe not the prettiest, but that's also down to my skill or lack of skill as a machinist. Kind of a quick video, but I'll show you how I did this. Get you as close as I can. So here's our thing we're going to center drill. Don't really know what it is. I found it I don't even know where I found it, but it's not got a terrible finish on it, so just for the heck of it, I'm going to give it a little face cut, and then we'll center drill it. Well, not the best surface finish, but not horrible. Okay, get the carriage out of the way. This is a really simple setup. You got your Morse taper adapter, just into the tailstock, then your Jacobs chuck, probably not a Jacobs, but it's got a Jacobs taper on it. And then your teeny weeny cute little pilot drill. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a teeny weeny little hammer and just give these things some love taps, make sure it's engaged. Then run the tailstock in. And here's where you got to do a little bit of adjustment. So just eyeballing this, we're on center up and down, but got it centered up front to back. So there's a little screw like this on the front and on the back. We simply tweak those around. Again, I'm just eyeballing here. This isn't precision work. I'm just looking to hit my center mark, and that looks about righteous right there. Now I'm going to snug the little adjustment screws down with my tiny little diamond caulk adjustable wrench. Make sure I'm still on center. Yes, I am. Okay. Now I'm going to snug down the tailstock, which is a little bit of a pain on this thing. which is another thing people don't like about these 109s. You need a wrench and you got to reach around to adjust the tailstock, like so. I don't want to overdo it, but that's pretty tight. Okay, just one last check and it's snug. The plunger moves. This bolt is just snug. My little spacer screws are snug. Tailstock is snug. Okay, let's give her a whirl. Nice looking chips. Okay, there is our pilot hole. I'm going to back out the tailstock. Change out the bit. I think it wants a 532's hole. Don't know why. That was the first bit I reached for. A little bit of anchor lube. Yeah, I busted the drill bit. Yeah, there's a chunk of it still in there. Well, that's okay. Pushed it a little too hard. All right, I'm just gonna open the hole up a little bit to 3/16, just for the hell of it. Won't go very deep, so I don't want to bust this drill bit too. That's still intact. A chamfering tool. Brief down that tailstock. Nice looking chips. The knock on another knock on the little Craftsman 109 here is that they can't turn steel. Well, this is steel. It's some kind of mystery metal, but it's steel. Just got to go easy. And granted, I had kind of a lot of chatter, and my surface finish ain't the greatest, but hey, I'm just playing around here. But it worked. I mean, it's cutting steel, and here's the end result. So I'm trying to hold this so there's no glare on it, but surface finish isn't terrible. It feels better than it looks. You see little striations in it, but it actually feels pretty smooth. And there's our little hole, little 3/16 hole with a nice little chamfer on it, and an extra piece of a little busted off drill bit down in there for extra. But not bad. I mean, came out pretty good. Yeah, surface finish does look a little bit lined up, but hey, that's probably due to my lack of my skill as a machinist. But it does feel pretty good. All right, I'm going to call this a success.